Alright, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Ranking of Kings, Episode 7.
We met Despa.
We did indeed, yes.
He is not what they expected. Continuing the trend, it seems, of the characters is that we should not judge them based on their appearance or how they come across in their first impressions, because there are a lot of twists to these characters.
Indeed.
Given that one of them switched allegiances over a whisper.
Yep. And this was the person that was, like, seemingly fiercely loyal and, like, nope, what the king says is what the king says, and, you know.
Which is probably why he's easily manipulated, because he's so dedicated and focused on a specific thing.
Right.
That if that one thing was to be undermined just enough, then the whole thing would fall apart.
And yet, how would you do that?
Yeah,
How would you do that? What did she say?
I think she's dropping some things about Boji's true nature with regards to the curse, with regards to King Boss's potential demon thing inside of him.
Sure.
A potential thing of where even these characters could be like, no, we actually feel like we're protecting the kingdom, you know.
Yep, that is an absolute possibility.
Of Boss and his late wife.
There is something that would be rather fitting if, like, you know, Boji ended up actually being like, oh, he's a potential threat and his power was sealed away in, like, that sort of cliche way. But no, it's Boji.
Because he's just a sweet
boy. He's just a sweet little boy.
None of that's going to come up, basically. It's
right, exactly, you know. Yeah.
He defeats any kind of, you know, demon within with just the, like,
Yeah. He just sort of, you know.
I love people, and I want to be loved by people, and that's it.
Yep. He leans on Kage, and there you go. But Daida drank the sludge, and not of his own volition.
No.
But
they made him.
They made him. Holy shit. Yeah, and that's why even when you knock the thing on the ground, it's like, nope, you can never be too sure. You scatter that shit, throw dirt in it, you know.
That's
like,
why pocket sand is the most powerful thing to have. Whenever you're running a character, you know, just it doesn't cost you anything. Just grab some dirt and just grind it up, and then just shift it into your pocket.
Yep.
And there you go. The blind condition, just at will. Or the muddied condition, you know.
This liquid will not very easily soak into a rag to be squeezed out into your mouth condition.
Yeah. But it seemed really thick and bloody and goopy and
Good luck, Daida. I hope you're gonna be okay.
Yeah, and good luck, Boji and Kage. I want this Despa character to be one who's also very helpful in a way, like the king of the underworld is.
Right.
We've been corrected about that. Thank you for that, y'all.
This isn't Dorohedoro, you know. Yeah,
exactly. It was a fiery pit where monsters come from, but no.
There are demons in this world, but it's not hell.
Yeah. It's probably because the kingdom is built atop hell. Like monsters are even deeper, you know.
Oh, sure.
And it's like, when monsters come up, we then go,
right,
kill them.
Exactly.
But yeah, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this.
All
right.
So someone gonna be reincarnated into Daida?
The fish lens, you know, like...
Doing a great job of making this creepy.
Damn it.
Oh, that's where we go to the OP? No, it's not.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Although, the main positive here is that spell doesn't sound like it would do anything to completely, like, remove Daida from within. It's not like a swap of a soul or something.
Exactly. And Daida's, like, defining characteristic up till now has been, like, that chip on his shoulder.
Fierce, you know, like individuality. You
exactly. Know? So if anyone could, like, wrestle with some possession or whatever, it would be him, you know? And, like, he'd fight dirty.
Yeah, the main problem I could see is that then if it's an issue where the person who gets resurrected can then cast spells of some kind using his body.
Sure. I'm just waiting for that point, though. Like, if that is what's going on, for Daida to, you know, maybe he's being beaten at first, but eventually he figures out how to, like, do the equivalent of, like, kicking the possession spirit in the dick, you know? And it's just like, get the fuck back in here! This is my body! You know?
That would be amazing. He still's able to read it just fine.
Right.
Amazing.
Uh-huh.
Oh. Oh, it's...
Oh, damn.
Ah, yes, your
Yeah.
modesty.
Mm-hmm.
Then who, put, yeah. Wait. Oh. Oh. You do have a bit of a Giga Chad face, that's true.
And yet you aren't king.
Uh-huh. Oh.
Oh.
Oh, was he a giant? Oh, okay.
Ah,
okay.
okay, well, Boji's got that in spades.
Yeah, Boji's, like, main stat is courage, you know?
Exactly. I love how, amidst all the crazy shit that's been happening in this show, we can still have wonderful, sweet storybook kind of elements like this.
Shake my hand.
Nice. Oh my god.
All the things that
Yeah.
he's stolen over time.
When did he get that chest, though?
Yeah, yeah, open the chest. What's in there? My life savings! Oh!
Okay. Okay, alright. Yeah!
Yeah! Oh! Kage's amazing. Oh. Yeah, Kage. Make sure you give him a good grilling.
Hey, we paid you.
Yeah,
We paid
yeah.
you big time.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna give him a reading?
Sure.
A palm reading? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, is this guy a con
into
artist?
a million pieces. He might be.
Oh.
Like, he's... Well, no, maybe not.
Oh. No, there's something actively suppressing the development of his muscles. Yeah, it's not just that he's smaller.
Right.
That's the curse, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's okay. That's okay. We knew this.
You'll give the money back,
But now
right?
he's just triply confirming it.
Right. A way to break the curse, maybe?
Well, that's the thing. That might be the issue, is that curse breaking is, like, insanely impossible, like,
Sure.
to crazy difficult.
And
you
he
know?
doesn't necessarily know why it's like that.
Why are you leaving? Yeah.
That's right. This is just a extra tough problem. Okay.
Oh, a little boy's face. Yeah.
Please take good care of my son.
Yeah. Oh.
Yes, you're my apprentice, remember?
Yes. This is the guy that liked being called senpai growing up.
Mm-hmm.
He's drinking.
Now he almost kind of looks like the statue.
Oh! You should pick the other guy.
Watch. Will this guy be able to make you super strong? I hope he's not just like trying to get them to do stuff for him.
Yeah, he could be. Yeah. Oh.
All right.
Oh. Letting Kage sleep.
Mm-hmm. How much will he actually be able to... Watch, it's gonna be like almost empty. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. Ah, nice. He's gonna try cooking.
Yep.
Don't burn yourself, buddy. No!
Hold on.
No!
Fire.
Wait, you like it? Oh my god!
Oh no! That face. Ah, you have a talent for brewing poison. But it's sparkling. And
Why does he think it smells good, though?
Yeah, like, because he did taste it as he was making it. Yeah, so... Watch, it looks disgusting, but it actually tastes good.
No.
Or is Boji just happy because he made it? Oh, no. Oh!
I get a 3-shot. Oh my god. The animation just for this.
Truly, this boy is terrifying.
This strength, yes. We have learned something about Boji.
He may not be strong, but he's invincible.
Yes. No. No.
巨人は大抵のものを丸飲みする大食漢で、そのため胃が恐ろしく頑丈で大抵の毒は効かない。
Ah.
Okay.
そうです。彼に
Alright. That's amazing.
始めますか。
Yes.
I love this guy.
自分をよく知らなければなりません。人は武器で何倍も強くなれる。自分に合う武器を見つけなさい。
Whoa. This guy's a collector.
Yeah.
すでに思い描いています。
Okay.
A dart blower. Yeah.
Okay. It's like the Mega Beef Bowl Challenge. Understanding and discipline and all of that stuff.
I like how he's connecting people he knows to these weapons.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus! Yep, not that one. He doesn't... You can't be a little boss.
Right. Even though he wants to be.
Yeah. He's gonna go Breath of the Wild and use a fan! And it just blows people off cliffs.
Wait, what is it?
It's brass knuckles with, like, spikes on them.
Oh, wow.
Dang.
So
Yeah.
the weapons just don't leave that room.
It's probably a safety thing, too.
Sure.
Just fall on this, yep.
Yep.
Oh.
一人で悩み考え集中し成功のスパイスなんですがくじけそうになったら何も聞かず
No.
本当はあなたをびっくりさせたいだけかもしれません
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Yo. Oh, he's building strong calluses.
Yeah.
Awesome.
They really are a winning duo.
Yeah,
Like,
they are. What if his weapon was a book?
Oh, that would be cool.
And it's just his knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yep.
he said you have to know yourself and your
Right.
enemy. And he's been studying every other king, every other
That would be awesome.
thing, and now he's like, he's gonna be really smart, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa! Dodge training. Then they go back in again. Shoo, 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 shoo.
Bullet time Boji.
Yeah. Tires them out.
Yep. That looks so good.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's metal. Oh,
That was Boji's true power.
何ですか大丈夫か
absolutely.
大丈夫ですよ
What? What? Wait. Wait.
My man has a lightsaber. What the hell? Despa
unlocked-
did it, and he was showing him like,
No, I think that was Boji.
okay,
All right, so let's
not
see. this.
speaking yet.
Yeah.
Oh, same voice. Okay.
私はまた息子を
Shit.
Oh my god.
No way.
Oh
No way. Oh my god.
crap. Well, rip that.
So now we know what she said.
Yeah,
This will bring Bose back.
and that's probably the issue. Is not that it's necessarily something where Boji couldn't have done it, but it's that they're like, oh, with this body, you won't be able to adapt to Bose, basically.
Right. Well, and now what I want to see, what I'd love to see, deep far future, Daida saves Boji from Bose.
Yep. Yep.
Like that would be so awesome.
Uh-huh. So, here's the question, though. Did Bose know about this, and that's why he was saying you must make Boji king,
I don't know.
so that he won't be brought back, basically?
Sure.
Okay.
I love
well,
this episode.
Daida is no longer there.
Yes, that.
That's a whole thing. It's
Yeah.
the same voice because it's the same body.
Right.
So they're not going for something of trying to tell us exactly who it is, but I've sacrificed another son.
It's
means
totes Bose.
it's most likely Bose, yeah. Which is cool because as a character, he was one that kind of went too early out of the show. And Daida doesn't have to be gone entirely because there's probably going to be a way in which they can exorcise Bose from Daida.
Yep.
And that will then bring everything back into balance. And then Daida will probably realize, oh, I should not be king. I'm gonna let Boji be king, and that'll
Sure,
be how
something like that,
they'll set
yeah.
up the next stage of the story. Now, that's its own thing there because that was mostly just in a minor thing to show that the resurrection ritual worked.
Exactly.
Drinking that enabled this spell to take place. That'll be resolved in a future thing. But
Right.
for now, Despa is training Boji.
Okay, and I gotta say, I love it. There were some parts that made me a little bit skeptical of Despa because, like, generally most of the people in this show have
A double side to that.
have a double side to them where
Yeah.
it's like, hey, they end up being a scumbag, and it's like, damn it, But so far, it actually seems to be going pretty dang well.
Yeah, he wanted the money. He definitely was like, oh, okay, you bought your way in here. That,
Right. Oh, this wasn't enough money.
Oh, shit. Oh, there's some
Okay.
jewels in there.
Yeah, like, all right, I will now be dedicated to helping you make Boji super strong, even though this is an edge case, right? Like he actually has something that's keeping him from getting stronger, no matter how
Yes.
much he trains, and yet,
Yeah. We're also jumping around the same subject matter from different perspectives, meaning that world building wise, when you repeat the same thing like quite a lot, that's really making sure that the audience doesn't mistake it for something else. So if you see one person's perspective on a bit of world building,
Okay.
you can take their perspective as being the 100% truth because there's no other perspective that comes along and refines it a little bit.
Sure.
So when you have multiple characters giving exposition on a thing, you then go, oh, the thing that cross-references all three of their perspectives, that's the truth.
Sure.
That's the 100%, thing where
Right.
none of them have
so it's a way to
mis-
filter out the biases or
Misconceptions.
or misconceptions that the characters might have,
Right.
so that you can still give concrete exposition
to the audience.
Yeah,
Right. And so Boji cannot get stronger
Right.
through his muscles. And this is
Yeah.
basically the thing that is being weighed against each other. He is a giant. But
He does
is,
have the poison immunity of a giant.
Right. He has all the other aspects of a giant's nature, except he's very, very tiny.
Which I feel like is just is so apropos because anytime you have a story like this, right, where it's the small,
underdog,
the small and weak one, right? The whole idea of courage then is a big important part of it, right?
Yep.
And like I remember there was a line from a movie, Tale of Despero, based on a book, where it was like, little mouse, but in his mind he was a giant, right?
Right.
In this situation, you have the small person that actually is a giant.
Yes.
They just are small, right? So I love that as a way to sort of represent that. Of course, Boji would be walking around, and while he does get, get scared sometimes, and he, the mean things that people say about him do hurt.
Yeah.
He's walking around in a lot of ways like he is, 1,000 feet tall, right? And I think that's just so cool.
It's so cool because one of the simplest lessons I would say with regards to identity for children's stories is that it's what's inside that counts.
Right.
Everyone is going to look different, feel different, have different kinds of physical attributes that everyone's going to try and identify you by. But that's not what's important. It's what's inside that's important.
Yeah.
And Boji has a big heart. He has a
That's
lot
right.
of courage. He has
He
a
does.
lot of just belief, not only in himself, but in other people. He's a very good boy. Now our precious boy might have just split a rock the size of a elephant. So and, that needs some explanation.
And who knows, maybe it's something where he was like, okay, just keep hitting this rock for 3 weeks in the same exact spot, and then eventually it did something or whatever. I don't know.
Oh, that's actually a really cool idea. Wait, if that's it, I think I know what it is now. I think I know what his weapon is. It's a chisel.
Oh.
Because what he would need is something that's a small dagger-sized weapon, for one, okay? It would need to have a very sharp point that means only the slightest bit of pressure will make it sink in. It would need to be long enough that if he was wanting to actually kill someone, to go from chest to heart or from eye to brain,
right,
you need about this much length here.
Yeah, I think it's
about 4 inches.
Yeah, a 3-inch wound is generally considered to be deep. Is something that it's like that's
right. It needs to slip through the rib cage, basically.
At least back when I watched that show, Deadliest Warrior, that's what they used as the metric.
I remember that stupid show. It was so funny. All right, but given that something did happen to that rock, something that was probably attributed to Boji. There's a possibility that it was Despa trying to make a point.
But I do think that is a possibility. But I think it was Boji.
I think it was Boji, and if it's a chisel, that would be a way in which the device is there to basically teach him not just that he has the capacity to make big change with only the little bit of strength that he has, but that it's more important that he's persistent and consistent than actually being incredibly strong.
And one thing that I do want to mention, that was the big thing that they said when he was having his match with Daida, that did actually make sense from a practical standpoint. You won't be able to break armor with weak strikes.
No.
Okay, that's fair, right?
Yep.
Now there's the whole rapier thing, just go for the gaps in the armor, but okay. If you have a chisel, maybe that's something where it's like just something to sort of punch through, and after, maybe repeated strikes and things like that, and Boji is fast enough that he could probably land strikes repeatedly on the same spot.
7 times on the same spot,
Yep, and just keep dodging until then and all that.
Yeah, now there's a couple structural problems with this situation. Chisels are not usually meant to be hit on something lightly. They're actually meant to have a lot of concussive bludgeoning force from a hammer that strikes the point where the chisel is, and you go, king, king,
right. And I don't think
Boji's gonna use a hammer.
Right. Like I love that to drive the point home, he saw the tiny little hatchet, and he goes to pick it up, and he almost ends up getting himself killed because it's too heavy for him. Right.
Yeah.
Like, okay, he needs something very, very light.
Yeah.
So, I think a chisel is a very good, a very high possibility.
The point of it being a chisel rather than anything else is just that it's
some sort of
dagger,
sharp, spiky, punchy thing that's light. Yeah.
Exactly. Now, this is a world of magic and high fantasy, so Boji could eventually have a magical weapon that counteracts his lack of strength.
This magical sword scales S with courage, Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But I think it's important that he doesn't use that right now.
Right, and that's why I think with the whole thing of the rock breaking, I like the idea of a chisel, or potentially of Despa, giving him an example, because the idea is that he is not going to be winning because he can split boulders like crazy. That's more of just, that's not something that he's going to be doing all the time, right? He will not be fighting with the strength of a giant, you know? So, yeah, if it is something like a chisel where it's just, hey, you persisted, and this is what you were able to do. I think that would be very thematically poignant, and also on a mechanical level, Boji could get a lot of mileage out of that while keeping the premise of his weakness.
So, what I think we're actually also getting honed in here with the world building side of things is that the only thing that Boji has lost when it comes to being a giant is the ability to develop his muscles from basically the point of being a baby, right?
Right.
So he's pretty big for a regular human, baby.
Sure.
But no muscle development.
Nope.
But here's something that is actually rather interesting that we have as a thing that the show could go into, because it's kind of a contradiction with the idea of him being weak, is that he's really fast.
Oh,
That's not how muscles work. You need to have muscles in order to be fast.
Right. He is small enough that his muscles wouldn't have to be nearly as big as someone else in order to move that fast.
Right.
But he does still need to have some muscle.
But here's something that I actually am really curious about them potentially marrying these two concepts here. When you're little, really little, your bones are not hard or brittle. They're actually rather flexible. And that's to allow you to basically be able to, kind of roll around and fall and bend and figure out your body without just snapping an elbow or something like that. But your bones are still rather small. But if he has the stomach of a giant, what if he has literally everything that a giant would have except the ability to develop muscles?
Right.
Which means his bone structure might actually be extremely, and I mean extremely strong.
Well, I think there is precedent for that because he did take a lot of punishment from diet. Well, no, he was in bed and he needed healing. But like that, if they wanted to take the poison immunity type thing and branch it into other areas,
durability, I feel like it's just right there.
I could see them, giving him some that little bit of extra durability, which could be a great way narratively to showcase his courage because he keeps getting up. His body is able to take the punishment basically and all of that stuff.
Yep.
By the way, the whole poison immunity thing, I thought that was great from a mechanical and world building perspective, and it was also hilarious as a way to justify the terrible cooking. Because most of the time when this happens in anime, for some reason, even though the food looks like shit, the people that make it won't actually taste the food before serving it to someone, and then they get all surprised that it tastes terrible when you haven't been tasting it while you were cooking it.
It's so dumb.
It's so dumb. My God. But whereas in this situation, Boji was actually tasting it as he went. And he was like, yeah, no, this tastes good. And of course he thinks it tastes good. Because he's a giant, right? Giants are used to eating buildings, apparently. You know, so it's like, it's got whole eggs and carrots, and it's purple and sparkly and stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if the reason it sparkled was because Boji literally found some glitter somewhere and threw it in there because it looked pretty. And the taste means nothing to him, right? Because it all tastes good. So there you go. But that was as far as a gag, that was wonderful, and it did a lot.
It made him actually gag, the rest of them.
Right, exactly. And that, weirdly enough, did a lot to make me be able to trust Despa, because seeing someone like Despa
willingly ingest that, and how he responds to that. Of course, he's like, this is disgusting. We can't let him cook, right? But not the like getting pissed at Boji or anything, because his initial motivation was okay, you're paying me a shit ton of money, right? So I'll help you, but no. He made this for us. We got to try it. And he seems to like it, so maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then
maybe we're wrong.
How could he possibly have enjoyed that? Oh, he's a giant. Okay, that's like it was so bad that he was able to figure that out.
I love the way in which Despa kind of was like, I've done my research.
Yeah.
Because he's a giant, he thinks it actually does taste good because he's immune to poisons. And we basically did eat poison that he made for us.
Right.
So, in conclusion, not anything about the nature of Boji. We can't let him cook for us.
It's like,
And then Kage's like, oh, such wisdom. Yes.
like it took him that long to figure out as opposed to just, this food tastes like shit. You know, we can't
Right.
have someone else cook, you know?
And then Kage not only cooks for them, and not only like does all this stuff to like do the chores and everything, he also emptied his life savings, which he did steal from Boji's castle, which was fucking hilarious. How he like turned and like looked at the camera like, I mean, I did take it from his castle. So
I thought
you know.
for a second that he was gonna say, "This was what my mom gave me, so that I could survive." You know,
we saw what his mom gave him, and it
Yeah.
was just a little bit of love and a goodbye before.
yeah,
you know.
yeah. So we didn't need any more emotional damage here. So
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, Despa very much seems to be a character that has, in some ways, just like a lot of the people that have been swayed by Boji's cuteness and his fierce determination and his courage, he's kind of fallen for Boji. And this is, I'd say, as we go more and more throughout the show, this is the pattern that I see. Boji has the heart of a king in that people look at him and they don't pity him. They want to see him succeed. They want to raise him up. And that is something that is beautiful, because while, yes, it's probably also because Boji has got such like a desire to serve and help people and do all this stuff. Boji does want to be king.
He does. Yeah.
He
really does.
He wakes up early in the morning and he gets himself fired up.
That's right.
And you can tell that Kage also gets like inspired by that energy. He's like, yeah, let's go. And salute and like
The two of them are so wholesome, and I love watching them so much. There's this part of me that wishes that nothing else in the show existed, so it was just the two of them, and that
gallivanting around,
Gallivanting
having
around.
stupid adventures,
and we didn't need to worry about scary shit of drink the sliced up charged body of your father, for some crazy reincarnation possession ritual. No, it's just, la 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 la. But you're gonna get stronger, Boji. Yeah, yeah.
That's a mood.
Yep.
I agree, but Daida's gonna be looming in the background of this story, but we're spending a decent amount of time with Despa. We even had a montage in the episode, and we're still with Despa.
Yep.
So pacing wise,
like
we
this.
are slowing down a bit to give us a bit more time to train Boji. I'm really hoping they pay off the idea of a training mini arc, because I don't usually have the biggest appreciation for training arcs in not sports anime, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
I like them in sports anime, but I don't usually like them outside of that. I mean,
and in this particular show,
generally.
Even though the conflict and the thing that Boji is going after is trying to become strong so he can be the greatest king like no one ever was.
Right.
That is not the heart of the show. So in the end, while we will be excited to see Boji hopefully succeed, we are not invested in him actually being strong.
Right.
We're invested in him, being plucky and struggling anyways. You go, you little struggler. Yeah.
Eventually, Jacob, he's just gonna have a little flat like sword or what have you, and he's gonna have like a long flowing cloak or what have you, and then his little peppy friend following alongside him, and they're going to encounter like a skull rider of some kind, who's just going to be like, yes, continue on, struggler.
The flow of causality is
exactly. And then Bo's just going to be like,
he gets a little shock of white hair.
It's really funny how they've basically inverted the visual archetypes, if you will, of Guts and Puck, with Boji and Kage in a weird way.
Oh,
You
yeah,
have this
even
super weak, small, frail, cute little boy
right.
who's
And then
struggling to become, the one that has to beat his
strongest king.
blonde, brother in arms that,
who
kind
just
of
had
betrayed him and tried to...
reincarnation ritual.
Yeah,
shit
exactly. Done. Yeah. In this high fantasy world, And then there's
Hey,
this...
Daida did nothing wrong. Daida actually... Well,
Daida actually
he
didn't
sent
really
someone
do
to kill
anything
Boji.
wrong. Well, yeah,
That's kind of a problem. You know.
that is actually true. Yeah. Good
Yeah.
point. Yeah, we
But-
can't go fully on that.
Right.
But that was a funny little comparison to make there. But yeah, would Bebin be the dark rider that protects from the background? Kind of.
Maybe. I could see that. Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Now watch, we're just actually gonna meet a zombie
Skull
rider,
Knight?
a Skull Knight.
No.
equivalent,
Zod just shows up randomly, and he's like, "So,
What do you think was possessing Bose? That was Zod. Like,
No, that was weak shit. That
that was some
Zod.
basic
Nah.
stuff. Yeah.
But those exist, so there could be a Zod out there somewhere.
Or maybe that's the twist: is that Bose was a demon all along.
Well, okay, so random.
That it wasn't actually a
Yeah.
giant.
No, right on that kind of topic. Yeah, there is that part of me that's like, what if the thing that possessed Daida wasn't Bose as we knew Bose, but was the demon, because that's what was controlling Bose the entire time. Is that kind of what you were saying?
No, that Bose's nature is a demon.
Oh, gotcha. I was thinking, what if Bose also had been possessed by a demon, and so there never really was a Bose, and so
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There never really was a Bose.
right.
His nature was a demon, and that's why we had the whole spirit sucking little bit with the Mad King.
Sure.
And then that's why they wanted to do that, to kind of sideline tell us that was Bose's soul. That was not a demon possessing him. That was just Bose.
And that could be really interesting too, because then if you have a demon that's doing these things, some things may be potentially to look out for their children, or a sacrifice of their children, and then suddenly they're like, oh, now I'm possessing my other child. Then they still consider them to be their children, right? Because just because they'd be a demon wouldn't mean that they're not, these kids' parent, right?
Right.
So
and then the curse put on Boji was a way to basically protect Boji from this whole side of things there. It's no, we don't want Boji to have to suffer through that.
Sure. Like, I very much want the curse on Boji to be something that was done with his best interests at heart, even though it made his life very difficult in other ways.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
But all right.
Good stuff.
Yeah, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
We stream every weekday. The info's in the description.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see it there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.